of Until the Last Breath, Journey to Your Sacred Center. Wow, so far, when I read it as a student and as a friend of Steve, I can definitely say he's written it in such a way that I personally feel the friendship in how he's written this. It feels like whenever I read it, he's talking to me in the, like we're in the same place at the same time. And when I do read it, it does feel that I can read this until my last breath. There's no completion with this journey, because the emphasis is really a journey to your heart, a journey into how you honestly feel. And when we have an opportunity to explore that with someone who's journeyed for so long through his practices of meditation and esoterics, as a father, family man, there's so many different avenues that touch my heart personally that I can only say I'm really, really grateful for receiving this text. And I would say its appeal really does touch anyone who's had any questions or any doubts about themselves, their destiny, their life, what they feel like is important in their lives. I would say reading this with an open mind will touch anyone's heart. So I would recommend this book to everyone. I really, really would. It doesn't matter of your background, it doesn't matter of your beliefs. This is a book about a journey to your heart. And I haven't read any self-help books that have been so deeply personal, but also holding you accountable. And most importantly, that this is not a self-help book, but I personally feel that it helps to eliminate the self and emphasize our connection and how important it is to start within for that to build. So thank you, Stephen. Thank you to the lineage that you've partook on, that you're also imparting to myself and others.
Hi. I wanted to come on and just leave a very quick review about the book Until the Last Breath, written by Stephen Benitez. This is a book that is literally the missing piece of the puzzle, the answer that anyone who has deeply and honestly been searching for God is looking for. It will just completely transform the way you think about God. It will rewire you. It will undo all of the indoctrination that you have no doubt encountered throughout the course of your entire life. In fact, we all have. And it is a book that has been written by someone who genuinely cares about you and about you finding your path back to the source. Whatever denomination of faith you may be makes absolutely no difference. This is a book that will change your life. It will change your life if you read it with eyes to see and with ears to hear. The words, the resonance of the words coming out the page will touch you deeply. And I urge you to buy this book and to just devour every page. It will change your life.
Hello everyone, my name is Gerardo Vázquez, I am from Spain, and I would like to share my experience with Steve's last book, Until the Last Breath. First of all, I would like to say that the book is not an indoctrination book, a religious book, a self-help book, or a psychology book, not at all. It's a book about truth, certain truth that humanity seems to have lost these days, in this world that seems all about pushing, fighting, getting money, and never being satisfied in any sort of way. And the book speaks the truth about the teachings that great masters in the past has tried to share with all the people. Great masters as like Jesus, Buddha, Rumi, and texts like the Bible, Bhagavad Gita, the Rig Veda. All these ancient texts, all these ancient teachings are unfolded in this book as the original meaning intends to be. And it's because Steve has journeyed with these teachings in all his life, and he speaks that heart to heart. In this book, Steve shares his experience heart to heart, without nothing to hide, without nothing, not trying to indoctrinate, not trying to put himself in the place of being the truth, but only sharing with all love of the world. And by doing so, he explains how life is actually, how we are all blessed of being alive in this life. And he explains also why the original messages were turned into religious systems, power systems, that instead of freeing people, end up enslaving them. And as I said, he does it with the most humble heart and lovely heart that you can read and you can share. This book is like having a long conversation with a very good friend that only wants the best for you. And by reading each page, you can not only see that, but you can feel how someone is walking along you, is teaching how to live actually, how to see life as the blessing it is, and not the constant fight and strife that has become sadly in most of the parts of the world. So, from my humble experience, I will recommend it for anyone who is searching for the peace that is lost in the world, that seems to be lost in the world. If you see that the world is lacking something very important, is lacking love, is lacking meaning, is lacking this sense of meaning, actual meaning, I will recommend you to read this book, because it's going to feel like a reminder of how blessed you are, and it's going to feel like a big hug from a big friend, and someone that has made a huge journey, and has gone through many trials, and is sharing that with you, and is sharing all the wisdom, the ancient wisdom with you. So that's it. Hope you like it, because it's really worth it.